So we're going to look at single player first, and it's important to say one of our core goals was also that we didn't want to break the experience for those people who've played FIFA on the 360 or PS3. If you want to play on the Wii U, you can play exactly the same way you would on those consoles. What you're about to see is just additional functionality that enhances single player gameplay. So all optional, you can choose to use them if you will. And one of the key ones we wanted to do was set pieces. We find a lot of casual gamers don't get the set pieces, or they don't feel they have a right level of control in 360 PS3. And this is also a great way to utilize the uniqueness of the Wii U. So the existing system is there if you want to use it, but what you're going to see now is Pete is going to lift the Wii U gamepad, and he's now looking through that gamepad into the world, kind of virtual reality based almost, in the sense that it puts you on the pitch. He can have a look around, he can take in the majesty of the Emirates Stadium before he takes this kick. But obviously the primary function is to take the kick. So what we're seeing here is you'll see the aiming reticule there. You can also apply curve with the left stick, so you can curve left or right, and then you can take the shot. So it puts much more precision in the hands of the user. We'll see how he does here. Oh, good effort. So one of the key things also is we didn't want to make it too easy. So the level of difficulty is retained. It scales through the difficulty levels. It's not a gimmicky way to score all the time. So still in single player, we'll see a couple of features here. So one of them that we wanted to improve was the ability to shoot. Casual gamers often feel that there's a little bit of hit and hope in FIFA, in the sense that when you press the shoot button, where the ball goes, it feels a bit random unless you're a super hardcore user. So what we wanted to do is a feature we called shake and shoot. So what that is if you're in a shooting position, you can choose to give the controller a little shake, or alternatively press the L3 button. There's two ways to trigger it. And what that will then do is bring up a representation of the goal on the Wii U gamepad screen. And then simply you can tap on that screen to aim where you want to shoot. So it puts a lot more precision in the hands of the user, and ultimately a lot more reward, because if you're clean through on goal, you see the keeper coming out not covering top left, and you hit it top left, that experience of scoring feels that much more satisfying. Also in single player, we've also got touchscreen passing. So if Pete gets the ball here, what you'll see is he's able to tap the Wii U gamepad screen and literally pass anywhere on the pitch. You'll see a little icon appear on the screen, and that's where he's passed. So now you're no longer kind of shackled to the analog stick in terms of getting it feathered to the perfect position. You can literally pass anywhere on the pitch with as much precision as you want. So set pieces, passing and shooting, all revolutionary change for the Wii U if you choose to want to use them. So core elements of gameplay. So we're now just going to switch over to manager mode, and we'll take a look at some of the other functionality on the gamepad. So you'll have probably seen on the right hand side of the gamepad there, you'll see a number of tabs. So we've got a tab system on it, and this really allows us to show multiple levels of information and allow the users to pick and choose what they want to show. So we've just seen the gamepad tab. We're now going to go on to the Manager Central tab. So this is kind of for the more casual. So if you can imagine your dad sat there analysing the play as it goes on. It's got a much more interactive and intuitive radar, so you can see the players are now identified with names rather than just colours. So you can see exactly where everyone is. It's also got stats down the right hand side there, so you can see what's going on in the game. Those are interactive stats, so if we tap through a few of those, you can see where the goals are coming from, where the shots are coming from. So you can really see what's going on and make adjustments accordingly. So change your tactics, change your formations. You can also tap on any player on the field, whether it be your team or your opponent. So we're playing Arsenal here, so we can maybe tap on Van Persie and see his stats. And the stats will just show up on the right hand side. We just bring up the player stat. Okay, so the player stats is not triggering right now, so that's one of the caveats we spoke of. So what you will see is the player stats down the right hand side. You'll see all his shots, his speed, his match rating. So you can really analyse exactly what's going on in the game. It gives you a window onto statistics like never before, all while the game is playing. So we'll now go on to the next tab. So this is a substitutions tab. So all this functionality is obviously available in 360 PS3, but what you currently have to do is pause the game to make these changes, and what it creates is a much more interrupted flow. So now all of this is able to do on the fly in real time. So a game of FIFA in Wii U is a much more flowing, immersive experience as a result. So what we're going to look at here is a substitution. So two of the key motivators when you're making a substitution is obviously how well a player is playing and how tired he is. So if we have a look at John Terry there, 5.1 out of 10, not having the best of games, and he's quite tired. So we may just simply tap on him, tap the player you want. Ivanovic will swap him in. You get the stat comparison in the top there, so you can see, compare pace, shooting, so on and so forth, and just tap the arrows to make the change. Very simple, very intuitive. And there it happens. Next tab down, we have formations, so you can change your formations on the fly. Again, you don't need to go into the pause menu to do any of this. You can change them as many times as you want. Next level down, we also have tactics. So there's millions of variations of tactics within the game, currently accessed through the pause menu. Now, as I say, you're not like to dabble with these too much in a regular game because it means breaking up the flow and continuously changing. Here, you can change them all on the fly. So you can tinker with this till your heart's content to find that perfect match-winning formula. The bottom we have man marking, so again this kind of goes back to the manager hub. If you've identified Van Persie as someone that's tearing you apart, you can tap on him, tap on a player you want to mark him, done. You can unassign as equally easily. So as you can see, a lot more power in the hands of the users, particularly for the casual gamer who maybe isn't the Twitch and doesn't want to directly control, so that's kind of the manager element. We're now just going to go into co-op. Okay, the match has just ended there. You can see you get a manager rating at the end of it, so we just restart. One of the other features we have is co-op. So this is really the social element. This is where we want kind of families to play together. Maybe dad wanted to play FIFA, but always a bit scared off because of the kind of dexterity required to do that. This really allows a much more social experience and kind of people can play together irrespective of their levels of gaming. So we can go to the manager tab and you can see now you can send players on runs. You can see Peter's sending players on runs. He's just send check on a somewhat kamikaze run there, sending the goalkeeper up the screen, which is not advised, but it does give you an idea of what you can now do. Passive control of every single player on the pitch. So you can imagine Dad sat on the sofa sending these players on runs, and what it does create is a really fun experience. We had a lot of fun testing this. You know, you sat in the same room, you're shouting at each other as you send these players on the runs, and up to 4 other people can play on the same team. So a very immersive and very fun experience, and one that you just can't get on the other consoles. So that kind of harks back to our idea that we wanted to create a very unique experience that you just can't get anywhere else. And I think we've done that. We're very proud of the game we made. We are in the hands-on area later, so for those of you here, feel free to drop by and we can go through this in a lot more detail. This was a very whirlwind tour of the Wii U. For those at home, just to let you know, we will be a Wii U launch title. So when the Wii U comes out, you'll be able to get your fix of FIFA on day one.